So this next unit is curve sketching, and this first problem is curve sketching without boundaries. So the way that you solve this is first you take the equation x to the third minus 3x squared. Then you take the derivative of that, so you get 3x squared minus 6x, and you set that equal to 0. So you can factor out 3x and get left with x minus 2 equals 0. So x equals 0 and x equals 2. And you're going to plot that on the number line to see what's happening below 0 and between 0 and 2 and above 0, above 2. So if you plug in the number below 0, like a negative 1, if you plug in negative 1, that would be a negative times negative, which is a positive. If you plugged in a 1, that would be a negative times a positive, which is negative. If you plugged in something like 3, that would be a positive times a positive, which is positive. So now you can answer, based off of this, your rel min, rel max, or terrace points. When it goes from positive to negative, that's a rel max. So that's going to happen at 0, comma, plug back into the original. So 0 to the third minus 3 times 0 squared is going to be 0. And that's your rel max. And then this is going to be from negative to positive. So that's going to be a rel min. At 2, plug in. 2 to the third is 8, minus 3 times 2 squared is 12. So that's going to get you negative 4. That's your R min. And now you can do where it's increasing or decreasing. It's increasing where it's positive and decreasing where it's negative. So it's increasing when x is less than 0 and x is greater than 2. And is decreasing when x is between 0 and 2. Then for points of inflection, you have to find the second derivative. So now you take the derivative of this and get 6x minus 6. So that equals 0. Factor out 6. 6 times x minus 1 equals 0. X equals 1. Now you plot that one on the number line. So then something above it would be positive, something below it would be negative. So now your point of inflection, you know that this is a point of inflection because it changes from a negative to a positive, changes signs. So you have a point of inflection at 1, plug in 1 to this. 1 to the third is 1, minus 3 times 1 squared is 1, so 1 minus 3 is negative 2. That's your point of inflection. And now this also tells you concavity. So you know the concavity when x is less than 1, it's going to be concave down because negative means concave down. And when x is greater than 1, it's going to be concave up because it's positive. Now for the y-intercept, this is when you're going to take it and make your x 0. So it's going to be somewhere along the y-axis. So if you make your x 0 and you plug in and you do 0 to the third minus 3 times 0 squared, you're going to get 0. So you know that your y-intercept is at 0, 0. And now from here, you can draw and you can sketch the graph. So now you know that you have a rel max at 0, 0. You know that you have a rel min at 2, negative 4. So now, up until then, now you can use your concavity. From less than 0, it's concave, less than 1, it's concave down. You also know it's increasing when it's less than 0. So going up, it's going to be like that. And then between 0 and 2, it's decreasing. So you know it's going to go down. You know that from your first derivative. And you also know that's going to change from in between 0 and 2 from going from concave down to concave up. And then you know that after 2, it's going to be concave up and it's going to be increasing. So you know your graph will look like that.